So here in section 2.2, we're going to look at some more graphical displays. In particular, we're going to look at frequency histograms and frequency polygons. Frequency histogram here is just a bar graph of the frequency distribution, and we formed frequency distributions earlier. So in this example here, we want to form a grouped frequency distribution and a histogram, that's the graph, for the data on hourly wages. So here's our data. And we want to use 8 classes. So the first thing that I did was I went into Microsoft Excel and I typed the data in. So here are the data values. So same data values that you just saw, all typed in. So I want to order these from lowest to highest. So I highlighted everything. On the Home tab, I go over to the Sort and Filter button and do Sort Ascending. So now my lowest value there is 12.8, and my highest value is 43.44. Now I want to show you how I got my classes here, my 8 groups, and then we'll look at how to do the frequencies. So for the classes, what I took was I did max minus min, which is going to be the 43.44 minus 12.8. $30.64, and then I'm going to divide that by 8. So 30.64 divided by 8, 3.83. I'm going to round that up to 4. That's going to be the width of our classes, and 4 times 8 would be 32, and our spread is only 30.64. So I took a number that was slightly less than 12.8, whole number, 12, and then to get classes of width 4, this is what's called my lower class limit and my upper class limit. So if I wanted to go from the lower class limit to the next one, all I did here was add 4. And then if the next class is starting at 16, the previous one had to end at 15.99. And then to get where the second class ended, I added 4 again. So just keep adding 4 down the left-hand sides and the right-hand sides. And you'll notice we end at 43.99, which will include our largest value. So now I want to count the frequency. So how many values are between 12 and 15.99? Let's go back here. So between 12 and 15.99, we have those 2 values right there. So this frequency is 2. From 16 to 19.99, so that would be those 2 values there. So frequency 2, 20 to 23.99, 3 values. 24 to 27.99, 5 values. See, these are all in increasing order now, so it's easy to tell which ones fit inside which class. So 5 values here. 28 to 31.99, right there. That's 6 values. 32 to 35.99. Right there, 4 values. 36 to 39.99. Right there, 4 values, and then 3 are left. So there's our frequency distribution, and we've got 8 classes, as we can see, covered all of our values from smallest to largest. So now we want to go ahead and sketch our graph. So let's get our horizontal and vertical axes going. So there's vertical, that's going to be frequency, and our horizontal. So this is frequency. And then our horizontal axis is going to be our class. And this is a histogram. There's no space between these classes, so they will line up right next to each other. I'm going to do the cutoffs here. So the left-hand cutoffs, so the lower limits, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. 40 and 44. And then our frequencies, our highest frequency is 6. So I'll make a 6 up here. So 3 would be halfway. So now this is a scale, frequency scale of 1 on the left-hand axis here. So now we're drawing our boxes. So we got a box of height 2 between 12 and 16. So that'll look like this. And another box of height 2 between 16 and 20. And then a box of height 3 between 20 and 24. And then a box of height 5 between 24 and 28. Height 6 between 28 and 30. Height 4 for both of the next two classes. So we've got height 4 here. And then another box of height 4. And then our last one, height 3, between 40 and 44. And that is our frequency histogram for salaries. Now we can tell that this distribution is not quite symmetric here. Now I'm looking at the middles of the boxes here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to have a smooth curve that goes through the middles of those boxes. So something like that. So this is not quite looking like a mound-shaped curve here because these lower values are trailing off more than the upper values do. So we'd actually, the tail of this distribution, this would keep going like this, goes to the left. We would call that distribution skewed left.